On them back roads where the alligators crawl in the swampland, we ain't worried about no law. You can find me in the woods with my dogs under pine trees in the land of the lost. I've been drinking on this whiskey, got my head up in the clouds, and if this world keep fucking with me, I ain't never coming down. So fuck this mask and all this trash that y'all keep trying to spread around. Tip your glass or kiss my ass, but I ain't dealing with you clowns. Bless them all, land of the lost. God bless them all, land of the lost. I was raised in the country, and I paid all my dues. I was made in the country, and I won't change just for you. The place I call my home is deep out in the woods. If you don't belong, you better keep up out these woods. Like my trucks are loud and my car's real fast, and I love the sound of a shotgun blast. Come around acting all big and bad, then Mr. Postman, that's gonna be your ass. Now I pray to the Lord above, trouble stays a hell away from us. But just in case one day it comes, I'm not afraid, I got 'em loaded up. It's in my blood, it's in my roots, I keep it real down to my boots. And they hate to see me winning, cause they say I'm born to lose. Might be true, but I ain't losing, I ain't making no excuses. In the land of the lost, you gotta keep it moving. On them back roads where the alligators crawl in the swampland, we ain't worried about no law. You can find me in the woods with my dogs under pine trees in the land of the lost. I've been drinking on this whiskey, got my head up in the clouds, and if this world keep fucking with me, I ain't never coming down. So fuck this mask and all this trash that y'all keep trying to spread around. Tip your glass or kiss my ass, but I ain't dealing with you clowns. Bless them all, land of the lost. God bless them all. Come on, land of the lost. New breed. It was backwoods and fishing holes, wild hogs and tadpoles. It was bobcats and backhoes who were hauling.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan along with Bryce Hunter and William Duvall. We're here tonight with a Cup Series at Gateway. Well, BJ, last night was kind of different from Trucks. Trucks was much more exciting on Monday night. But we got the Cup Series. And we got 16 drivers here tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to come up tonight. You know, Monday night we saw the fuel game being played, and really interesting and exciting finish with the guy leading to the end of the race, running out of fuel out of turn number 4. last night. We saw a little bit more fuel gain, but not quite as much as we saw in the trucks. So I expect another one here tonight. I expect to see another exciting finish.
Well, Bryce, you got a little scared. Didn't come out last night. What do you expect tonight?
I kind of expect what like we saw in the trucks. I agree with BJ right there when he said that we're going to see some fuel mileage tonight. They added 34 more laps onto this race than the trucks ran, and still have tanks on fuel. So we're going to see these drivers having to save like we saw at Auto Club earlier this season.
All right. Well, qualifying is fixing to take place here at Gateway. BJ, what's our stages for tonight?
Well, that is an excellent question. I didn't have that pulled up. I had points pulled up, so let me pull that up really quickly.
I have that for you, Steve.
There we go, yeah.
So we're running 134 laps tonight, and lap stages tonight are lap 25 and lap 50. And they have four sets of tires in the bank on pit road. And estimated laps they can run on a tank of fuel is 33 to 38 laps tonight.
Well, BJ, tell us our points going into tonight.
Our points going into tonight is Aaron Smith leading the points, 372 points, with 3 wins over Alex Huffman with 325 points. That's his closest competitor. And then we got Cedric Hunter, Gabriel Ellison, and Ryan Campbell, the top 5 here in points. A lot of good drivers further on back going to be looking to make their way up tonight. This track, we've noticed that the last 2 nights been a little bit of a wild card track for these drivers. It seems like they've been able to get up through the field a little bit more than what we've seen in previous tracks. I look forward to seeing the points get shaken up tonight.
Well, on the track is Ryan Patty. And let's see, he goes second quick. Look at Smith. Aaron Smith goes quick time with 34.23 on his first lap. Look at Jonathan Cogswell into 27. He will go third quick. Aaron Smith, actually, look at this. The leaderboard just changing after. Look at Doug Newbigin up to the top of the charts now on his first lap. Matt Greener in second. Aaron Smith, Brian Terry, Jonathan Cogswell, and Brian Patty, the 6 drivers who have put down a timed lap. Also on the track in car number 31, it's Brandon Holder from Mammoth Springs, Arkansas. And also on the track is the 84 of David Farmer.
Mammoth Spring, Arkansas. How far is that from our producer's booth?
Oh, right about a couple of hours.
Not far at all. I was curious on that one.
Well, going in last night, he was the Xfinity points leader. Got a little scared, decided not to race. It's Scott Fritz in the one machine here tonight.
I'm just going to get one thing straight, too. I did not get scared last night. Work kicked my ass last night.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I'm pretty sure when you were in here, I could still hear your knees knocking.
Newbigin's on top of the charts with Greener. Patty, Holder, and Smith still your top 5. Look at Ryan Campbell in the 80. He goes quick time with a 33.88. Gabriel Ellison in the 77 on track now. Holder goes third quick. Farmer 7th on the board. There's Scott Fritz coming out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Let's look at what time lap he puts down. His 10th quick on his first lap. Gabriel Ellison coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He goes 6th quick on his first time lap. And also on the track is Steve Tucker from Boston,
Massachusetts. Used to saying Boston, Maryland.
But look at Steve Tucker coming down to the flag stand. Let's see what he puts down.
Like that might have been his outlap right there.
Yep, probably so. Gabriel Ellison, let's see if he improves on his second lap. He does not. He stays 6th quick. David Farmer staying in the 9th position. Here's Steve Tucker. Let's see. He goes 8th quick on the board. Your top 5 look like this. Campbell, Newbigin, Holder, Greener, Patty, your top 5. Ellison, Smith, Tucker, Fritz, and Farmer, your top 10.
As you've talked about already, that this track seems to have been a wild card in the last 2 races here with the trucks and the Xfinity. It's going to shake up the points. Ryan Campbell currently sitting quick time. He is sitting 5th in points. Doug Newbigging sitting outside pole. He is 11th in points. Already things looking like it's going to get shaken up. And with that, Steve Tucker comes across the line with 34.04, good enough for 3rd. And he is another driver that is on down the list here.
Yes, he is. So still left to qualify. It's 4 drivers, 12 have timed in. A little smaller field tonight. But hopefully we get a lot of good racing going on between these 16 drivers.
It seems like there is a lot of drivers out tonight due to either weather or one of them has a power outage. So it's unfortunate for all those drivers not be able to make it tonight, and I think a lot of them are also on vacation. So we are still in the middle of summer, and everyone knows that run leagues that summer always brings lower car counts to these leagues, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And it's just that time of year. But if this was in winter, we would have way more car count for sure.
Sitting right now, our top 5, we've got Ryan Campbell with 33.89 seconds. Going to be Doug Newbigging with 34.01. Stephen Tucker, 34.04. Brandon Holder, 34.08. And Matt Grenier, 34.1. He and Ryan Patty are actually virtually tied, both with 34.1.
Well,
the lap time's very, very close tonight.
Well, BJ, that little road course looking doohickey thing down there. Me and you got to ride go-karts in there earlier today.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Aside from this guy that likes to drive the 17, spun me out like 3 or 4 times. I'm not sure what was up with that.
Well, I thought it was Mario Kart, so I was throwing everything at you, trying to hit you.
I saw banana peels fly out of that thing, and I saw these little stuffed shells come flying out of there. I'm not really sure what was up with that. Every time I get past this number 17. All of a sudden, I'm facing the wrong direction, and I didn't see nothing fly out there. I think it was just a front bumper.
I was trying to make him spread out his legs and arms like they do, when they go spinning out, but he was too scared to do that.
So you guys went go-kart driving and didn't even invite me. Wow. I see where I stand.
I figured you were scared again.
Yeah.
Scared?
You were scared last
I'm a road course guy. I probably would have beat both of you.
Oh, yeah? Well, we're dirt guys. We get loose, we hang on.
That's right.
Yeah. I can do Davy's Donuts if it's in the movie Cart, so good luck.
Well, out on track right now, we have another driver. That is the 12 machine of Frankie Barroso. He's out to put down a lap. He is one of 4 drivers that has yet to do so. We'll see what he can do here off turn number 4 from Miami Shores, Florida. Frankie Barroso will go 10th quick, with a 34.4 on his first lap.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm talking about go-kart ride. I mean, it's like dirt, Bryce. I mean, it's kind of just hang on, I mean.
That is true. That is very true.
Normally, we're just holding on one hand, legs and everything flying out of the car. We're barely in the thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the local track out here close to me closed this last Sunday. But there's a new one here going up here where I'm at, and it's going to be a K1 track, so I'm looking forward to see what racing that brings. And I know it's going to be a whole different world than what I'm used to with that old store. It's kind of a ranky little electric go-kart type deal, but this new one's supposed to be all gas and indoor, the bigger tracks. I'm really looking forward to this new one going in and be all slip and sliding and stuff.
Definitely. Hey, you're right. And you know what? Something big coming out tonight. Today, as you saw with Kyle Larson and 49 Corps of Outlaw driver Brad Sweet coming up with Sprint Car Series to race next season during the weekday, paying like what, $23,000 to win.
I did not see that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Smith thinks he's on dirt this time around.
Speaking of news, the one that really shocked me in the real racing world is Tyler Reddick. Have you guys know who that is?
Yeah, he's going to
2311.
Yeah.
In 2 years. He has all of the rest of the season, all of 2023, and then going to 2311 and 2024. So that's going to be an awkward year and a half.
Yeah. Well, that will conclude qualifying, and it definitely will be. But here are your results for qualifying. Your top 5 looks like Kiss, Ryan Campbell, Doug Newbigging, Steve Tucker, Brandon Holder, and Matt Grenier. Those guys will hold on to the top 5. Frankie Brosso was able to, on his second lap, to bring it up to 6th. But it's time for starting grid.
And on the pole tonight in the Glove Box Motorsports, car number 80 is Ryan Campbell, and to his outside is Doug Newbiggin in car number 7.
Inside row number 2 from Texas Family Racing is the 34 of Steven Tucker, and to his outside from Glove Box Motorsports, the 31 of Brandon Holder.
On the inside of row number 3, we got the 15 of Matt Grenier. On his outside, we got Frankie Barroso starting 12th, or driving 12th.
On your 4th row inside is Ryan Paddock from New England in car number 30. To his outside, from the Mid-South, car number 77 is Gabriel Ellison.
Aaron Smith will make up the inside of row number 5 with Satellite Racing Team in the 70. And he's your current points leader. And it's going to be Scott Fritz from T-Berry Motorsports in the 1 to his outside.
So on the inside of row number 6, we got the 84 of David Farmer. On his outside from Color Teal Racing, we got Mo Abbott in the 48.
And on your 7th row is Brian Terry from the Mid-South in the 13. To his outside from Indiana is Jonathan Cogswell in the 27.
Sitting second in points, he's going to be looking to try to take it away from Aaron Smith tonight. It's going to be the Elite Motorsports of Alex Huffman. And rounding out the field from Lucky Ducks, it's the 20 of Brandon Zimmerman.
Alrighty. These drivers are rolling off. Who's your picks?
I'm going to go with our multi-winner of this series, Aaron Smith. It's really hard to choose against him right now. He is on a roll. He's won 2 of our last 5 races, and I'm really confident in what Aaron Smith can do here.
I'm going to have to go with more of a wild card driver. We've seen him run up front quite a bit. He's yet to be able to pull it out for a win. I got to go with Gabriel Ellison, the 77.
Steve?
Well, let's see. I'll go Mo Abbott. He's due for one.
Mo Abbott, I've raced against Mo for 3 years now, and 3 or 4 seasons, and he's been getting better and better and better every season. So I'm all for that pick too.
Alrighty, as the drivers coming out, turn 4, the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn. Fields in the hand of Ryan Campbell and Doug Newbiggin. Down the front straightaway. Green flag is waving. Barney, he's shaking that thing. As we head down into turn number 1, Campbell takes the lead. Look at the second place there. You look at Doug Newbiggin and Steven Tucker battling on the inside. Out turn number 2, down the back straightaway.
So far in the trucks and Xfinity, we've been seeing lines seem as though they're moving. The inside line will be dominant, the outside line will be dominant, and it'll change back and forth. Right now, looking almost dead even inside to outside. That's Newbiggin and Steven Tucker continue to run side by side. Steven Tucker with the advantage down the front straightaway.
These drivers are going to be shifting multiple times a lap, including in turn 1 and 2. They're going to be shifting probably twice. We got one in the wall in turn number 1 and 2 right there. It's like the 70 of Aaron Smith is getting back on track. But like I said, they're shifting multiple times a lap and multiple times in a corner. Remember, these cars have 5 gears instead of the normal 4 that we have in the trucks and Xfinity. So them shifting is going to add an extra curveball, if you will.
Definitely it could be. A curveball, that's for sure, for some of these drivers. But meanwhile, Ryan Campbell's way out in front. Steve Tucker in second. Brandon Holder, your top three. They got Ryan Patty, Doug Newbegin. Ryan Patty to the inside to Doug. Doug will relinquish that fourth place. Now he's in fifth. As your top six are single file, then you go a little further back. In eighth position, you see Gabriel Ellison to the inside of the one of Scott Fritz there. As they come out of turn number two, it looks like these Cup cars are a little stronger on the inside versus what we saw in Xfinity, they're stronger on the middle lane.
Yeah, it's almost that they've got more grip on the bottom side. Bryce, you probably have more insight on this than what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. These cars, these next-gen cars, have a wider wheelbase and more rubber to hit the track, so they're allowing to have a little bit more grip. And then even in real life, these cars they're not good on road courses. Everyone has, even all the drivers in real life are saying these cars aren't good on short tracks. And that's short tracks earlier, not road courses, but on short tracks, there's been a big complaint about how much grip and no tire fall off these cars have. So I'm really curious to see if that transfers over to the sim as well.
Well, Ryan Campbell, he has around about 10 car length advantage over Steve Tucker, and then you have Brandon Holder try to close the gap on Steve Tucker there. Then a little further back there, you see Doug Newbegin, Matt Grenier, and Frankie Barroso in sixth spot. Ryan Patty's currently in seventh. And then you have Gabriel Ellison. Then you have David Farmer and Scott Fritz, your top 10. These drivers are all single filed out through the track. And basically, we're going to ride it out probably to the stage.
It's definitely looking like everybody's just going to stay calm right now. These cars, seen several of them kind of getting a little loose on corner exit, doing a little bit of wobbling, especially those drivers that are running up higher, trying to keep their momentum a little bit more. Most everybody, though, that is keeping it steady, they're running that inside line, they're getting a better grip off the bottom of the track by the looks of it. We're right on board with Brandon Holder right now, running in third. Just about everybody in the field, Steve, they pretty much all kept their positions. Doug Newbegin fell back to Steve Tucker, Brandon Holder. Those drivers moved up one spot. For the most part, everybody's just staying right around where they started this race so far.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and they did tell me during the drivers' meeting and talking to some of these before the race today that they will be able to make it on fuel to at least both stages when they come down to pit road. Basically, they're going to use pit road as a split the first two stages, come down pit road on the first stage, come down and get fuel, get tires, get back out, and finish out the whole stage. So we won't have any green flag pit stops until late in this race.
Oh, you look at Max Huffman. He got a little squirrely there, a little loosey-goosey, huh?
Yeah, our top two in points seem to be struggling a little bit. We saw Aaron Smith, our current points leader, he's sitting second to last right now on 15th, completely out of the norm for him. I'd say he's struggling pretty heavily here at Gateway tonight. He had a hard time in qualifying. We saw him get loose not once but twice, and only got one lap in qualifying. Alex Huffman, he's sitting second in points right now. He's currently in 11th. He is up 4 spots to the good. You just saw it right there on your screen, getting loose, coming off the corners.
Well, this is what we're going to do as it comes to the start-finish line. We are going to crank it up for a lap.
Heads down into turn number 1, still leading the way. He's got right just over a second lead over Steve Tucker. Brandon Holder there in third. Everybody's getting spread out. See there on screen, Campbell still the faster car on the track. Tucker faster, lap number 9. Take something simple as just a small bobble off the corner for that time to change like that, but more consistently than not, Campbell is the faster driver by about a half a tenth over Steven Tucker. Brandon Holder sticking right there with Tucker, though those two drivers doing everything they can to catch up to Campbell, just not quite enough for them to do it here.
Yeah, what you're seeing right there is the beauty of clean air. Even though that the second driver, Steven Tucker, is still right around a second behind the leader, Ryan Campbell, the dirty air is still affecting him. So it's right now, Ryan Campbell is taking the benefit of that clean air.
Well, we're on lap number 13 out of 134. Long way to get there to that finishing lap. Ryan Campbell, your race leader, putting on a clinic here tonight at Gateway. As you look at Brandon Holder, he's caught up to the back end of Tucker there. And there's Doug Newbegin. He got a little gap between him and Holder and Broso. Broso in the 12 machine currently in your top 5. Looking a little further back there you see Scott Fritz back there. You see Aaron Smith, who got up into the outside wall. Brandon Zimmerman in the 15th, and Brian Terry in the 13 machine. But these drivers, I mean, it's going to be probably one of the cleanest races we've seen all season long.
Definitely going to have to agree with that. These drivers are being extremely patient right now. Everybody just spreading out, running at their own pace. You know, completely side note, New Bigging just got loose right there. I was just about to talk about New Bigging. He got a new wrap on that car. Normally he's running like a darker purple, almost black car. I quite like that one there. I like the foams on it.
Yep.
I was watching on my POV. The 15 of Matt Grenier is starting to fall back a little bit here. He is down 2 spots. He's lost almost. Now he's under fire with the 30 of Ryan Patty. He lost at least 2 positions last 3 laps. He is starting to get really loose on the exit of these corners, and it's costing him some spots here, Steve. That's the 30 of Ryan Patty. He's looking to make a move on the inside of the 15 of Matt Grenier. Like the Ryan Patty's able to outbrake the 15, knowing that he can make that corner better than Matt Grenier.
And look right behind him is Mo Abbott in the 48 machine, currently sitting in that 9th position. And right behind Mo is David Farmer in the 84. But Ryan Campbell, I mean, he's come out like out of a cannon, basically. That's what it looked like since the drop of the green. Because there you see Steve Tucker. He's currently in 2nd, and then Brandon Holder in 3rd. As we're on lap number 17 out of 134. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series, the Gateway Shootout, live on Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook and YouTube. Simulcasted on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube, and dirtfan.com, and many more other platforms across the Facebook.
Right now, the field still just single file now. Some of the most patient racing I have seen all season long. Ryan Campbell's just set on cruise control right now, up in the lead. We're looking off the back of. Looks like it's going to be Gabriel Ellison. New Bigging up into the wall. Hard. Able to hold on to it though. He continues on. He's going to drop clear back to 9th after starting on the front row.
Yeah, hopefully that in Damon Genie suspensions. You know, these new tire, or if you watched the race earlier this year, I believe it was Texas is when iRacing came out with the new damage model for these cars, and hopefully that didn't damage that suspension right there. And hopefully he's able to keep going and not have any repairs.
He needs suspensions. I watched somebody recently win a race with no left front. Oh wait, that was a UMP modified. Never mind.
Yeah.
Bigging very loose off of turn number 2. able to hold on to it, though. He's going to continue on. He's currently sitting back in 10th after that contact up to the wall just moments ago. Car looks as though it's okay. Does look as though it's getting to be a big handful for him to drive, though. You look right now on screen. That is the 31 of Brandon Holder running the third.
One thing I'm starting to see here, BJ, is some of these drivers right now, they're starting to experiment with that third lane, especially on turn 3 and 4. I saw the 48 of Mo Abbott go and try to experiment with that third line. I saw the 15 do it. I saw the 84 do it. You know, they're trying to search for grip right now. They're starting to get some wear on the tires, starting to lose some grip, and they're trying to search around and trying to find it.
Well, look at there, down the back or front straightaway. You see Mo Abbott there going into turn number 1. There's Doug Newbegin. Trying to see if we can see a picture. It don't look too bad on that right-hand side. He just gave some right-hand romance really loose right there. Again, off of turn number 2. So we know he has problems off of turn number 2.
It definitely seems to be the place that he's struggling the most. Here comes Alex Huffman, looking to take that 11th spot away from him now. You gotta be thinking about the mindset of Doug Newbegin right now. He's 11 spots back. He went from the front row of this race to 3 spots from the rear. You know, that takes a toll on the mindset when you're racing. You know, it hurts, especially when it's not due to a caution, to fall way back like that. It's very discouraging. It's gonna make it hard to stick to a rhythm. It's gonna make it hard to get that confidence to keep going and to get back up, try to get back up to the front for Newbegin.
Absolutely, he just needs to calm down, run his race, run his line. Don't worry about anything going on near him. Just he needs to calm down and get that damage fixed from hitting the wall. And I won't be surprised if he's back up there with the leaders.
Well, look at Mo Abbott. He's up 5 spots at the start of the race in that 7th position. Right behind him is Matt Grenier and David Farmer. But here's Steve Tucker now back up front. Steve Tucker in the number 24 is starting to close in on your race leader there as we're on lap number 24. And look at here, Brendan Holder is now behind Frankie Barroso.
Yeah, Holder has finally caught up to Barroso. Barroso's up 3 spots to the good right now for third. We've got a battle going on for the race lead. Steve Tucker, Ryan Campbell.
Car around.
Low on the track.
Is that Ryan Campbell around?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Ryan Campbell bringing out the caution. The
Race leader all night so far. And they will call that one the stage, but on another note.
Oh, he clipped the grass.
Just.
Oh, this is not good. There's an opening right here going flat corner. It's not good.
Oh.
Ooh. The run of the season for Ryan Campbell quite possibly just ended off of turn number 2.
Yeah, in real life, that little diagonal wall right there, that's not normally there. They close that off and put a safety barrier right there. So that's, if that was in real life, that would have hurt really bad. So I'm happy this is all in sim. He's not going to feel that in the morning, but that still sucks. He was on the run of his life, started on the pulled away, and was going to be a stage winner right there. But unfortunately, hit the grass. He did say, come on the radio, say he did not check up as he needed to and started to hit the gas. And unfortunately, you know, karma, and well, not say karma, but just hit the wall and ended his night.
Karma, what did he do to you?
Nothing. I'll say karma as in, you know, he didn't do what he was supposed to do and lock it down. But, you know, he tried. He tried to be finessing with it and ultimately paid the price. But he'll be back. That's not over. He'll be back next week.
Well, side note. Caution is out, stage is over. Our top 10 in the stage. So if we can't get a quick look here where the caution came out. Steven Tucker led us to the end of the stage. Frankie Barroso in second, Brandon Holder third, Gabriel Ellison fourth, Ryan Patty fifth, Mo Abbott sixth, Matt Grenier seventh, David Farmer eighth, Jonathan Cogswell ninth, and Scott Fritz rounding out the top 10 here for the stage. Man, I've been there before leading a race and messed it up. I've done it at Charlotte twice in the same race. Climbed the wall, rolled the car, managed to get back on the track, drove back to the front, and then lost it again. So I felt that pain.
Me too. I had a experience where I was just as an IndyCar race at Michigan. I think I had like a 8 second gap, I believe it was, and looped it around 2 and ended my day all alone. And I know that feeling, and it's definitely heart-wrenching for sure.
Well, looks as though Steve Tucker is going to choose the inside, and I believe if you want to catch the race where I climbed the wall twice while leading the race, I think it actually ended up on UDTV. It was in the exact same spot, exact same corner, both times. Just climbed the wall in a big block modified, rolled it over, and it ultimately ended my race. But Steve Tucker chooses the inside here for the restart as we coming back from the stage. Pace car's going to be pulling off here just momentarily out of turn number 4. And we're going to head for the Geico restart zone. Steve?
All right, the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn. The field's in the hands of Steve Tucker. And so we're heading down the front straightaway. Now we're in the Geico restart zone. When we fire, now he does. Good start there for Steve Tucker. Frankie Barroso on the outside. And then he had Brandon Holder and Gabriel Ellison. Holder on the inside, Ellison on the outside. Holder to the inside of the 12 momentarily. Down the back straightaway. Ellison looking to have that third spot going into turn number 3, but Holder fires back on the inside. They're side by side out of turn number 4. Give it to Holder when they hit the line. Your top 5 looking like this. Tucker, Barroso, Ellison, Holder, and Farmer. Your top 5 as they head into turn number 1.
A lot of cars side by side throughout this entire field. You know something, Steve? I just realized the last 2 nights we saw that outside line be more dominant with the majority of the restarts. And here tonight, so far, we've had 2 restarts and both of them inside with a massive jump over the outside row. Getting a good run. Barroso sitting second. Battle going on for that third spot still between Ellison and Holder. Ellison on the outside has the position at the line that time. Holder was still looking to fight back on the inside. Backs off into turn number 1 this time, though. They're going to single file out, fall back in line, and try to run some laps out here. Bryce, what did you say our next stage was?
The next stage is on lap 50 here, BJ.
Well, next stage, that's 20 laps from now. So,
yep.
Steve Tucker out front in that 24 machine. There's Frankie Barroso in second there. And Gabriel Ellison now taking over that third spot as the field's pretty much single filed out. There you see the 30 of Ryan Patty. Gets a little high. Now Scott Fritz looks to the inside of him. Can't make anything happen. He'll fall back in line. As a battle for 8th and 9th on the board. They got Jonathan Cogswell in 10th. Brandon Zimmerman, Aaron Smith, Doug Newbegin, Brian Terry, and Alex Huffman. Ryan Campbell, the only driver out of the race so far.
Yeah, only one driver out, and he was our pole starter, led the entire race right up to the end of that stage, brought out the caution. They ended the stage with that caution. Very unfortunate and very surprising to see the leader be the driver that brings out the caution, the first caution of the race. Steve Tucker, now he was looking for that lead position, wanting to get it, and now he's got it. He's got that clean air. He's pulling away. Entire field single file behind him. Everything's playing right into his hands right now.
Yeah, this is exactly what Steve Tucker wants to see. He wants to see everyone starting to battle behind him. As we have on track right now in my POV, the 30 of Ryan Patty is making a big move on the 15 of Matt Grenier. Matt Grenier is getting loose in the corner, and as he crosses over the 30, back and the 15 fights back on the inside. The 30 gets a great jump outside of turn 2, and the 15 is struggling right now when it comes to the exit of these turns here, Steve.
Well, now you look at the one of Scott Fritz looking to the inside of the 15 of Matt Grenier as they still battling side by side. But look here, we got Holder on outside battling with Ellison. Ellison to the bottom. He'll get in line there as they head into turn number 1. The battle. Look at Scott Fritz. He's still side by side. Matt Grenier in the 15. Grenier able to hold his own on that middle line there.
Yeah, he's doing it. Sorry, go ahead.
So that is the third middle line right now in 1 and 2 is definitely the preferred line. The only person I'm really able to see who's able to take that bottom line and wrap that corner is the one of Scott Fritz. Everyone else is struggling to keep with pace when they're having to wrap that low line in turn 1. Like I said, the high line and middle line right now are the most prevalent lines to use right now.
Well, one thing that we heard Fritz mention earlier in the season, he's a dirt guy. He's not an asphalt guy. He didn't run asphalt until he came to this league. He did tell us early in the season that these short tracks, these harder tracks to do things such as run the inside line. He said these are where he was going to be able to excel, and being able to run that inside line, I feel like he's showing it there. He might be towards the back of the field right now, running in 9th. He's currently under attack from Aaron Smith, but I feel like he is showing exactly what he talked about there. Still a lot of racing to go, while those who sit 9th and 10th, for the most part, the rest of the field is still single filed out. Aaron Smith and Scott Fritz look to be about the only battle on track right now.
As we mentioned earlier, the 70 of Aaron Smith was struggling in the beginning of this race. He started out qualifying to the back of the pack. Now he's he's still down 1 position from where he started, but from where he ended the stage, he is slowly starting to work his way back up and battling the one of Scott Fritz off of turn number 4.
Good battle there. Fritz to the outside, Smith to the inside as they head down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Side by side, those two drivers go. Fritz will in-surround them on the outside. Tippy-toe not to get loose on turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. But Tucker in that 24 machine. Iggy's out front. Broso in the 12 and 2nd. And Ellison in 3rd. There you see Holder and Mo Abbott in your top 5. So basically, your top 5's in striking distance. You got Ryan Patty a little further back there with David Farmer, Matt Grenier, Scott Fritz, and Aaron Smith. Their top 10 here at Gateway.
These drivers once again starting to calm down. Everybody's single filing out. Everybody's playing it safe still. Brandon Holder, the way he's right up on the back bumper of Gabriel Ellison for the majority of the last several laps. He's got to be waiting for a mistake, praying for a mistake out of Ellison. We saw Ellison trying to make a move earlier on for 2nd on Barroso, but down on the inside line just was not able to make it work. Here comes Holder to the inside of Ellison. Now that is for 3rd.
As you look, oh, look at their little contact.
The big moment for the 31 of Brandon Holder. He's able to save it and get back going straight.
As they're battling, look at the battling right there. That is for 3rd and 4th on the track.
And the two, they're duking it out right now for that 3rd position. Right now, the 31 takes that low line, as there might have been a little bit of contact right there in the middle of the corner between this 31 and the 77. They battle off side by side, going on the backstretch. Like the 31 of Brandon Holder might have the advantage going into turn number 3, as the 77 actually has really the advantage. And the bottom line is Brandon Holder skates back up the track, trying to diamond out this turn number 4. They're still side by side exiting turn number 4, heading down the front stretch.
As you look right now, single filed out throughout the field. You look a little further back, you see Jonathan Cogswell. There's Doug New beginning 12th, Brandon Zimmerman, and Brian Terry. Alex Huffman, he's showing one in 15th, a couple laps down.
It does look as though he is one lap down. Alex Huffman struggling here tonight big time. He's sitting second in points, hoping for a good night to try to knock some of that gap down between him and Smith, or even try to take the lead away from Smith. Smith's been dominant all season long. 3 wins in a row, if I'm remembering correctly. He's sitting in 9th right now, back to where he started, slowly starting to work his way back forward. Tucker now starting to increase the gap. Looks like we almost had a 3-wide situation there towards the back of the field coming off turn number 2.
Yep, there you see Huffman to the inside of Newbigin. As he's getting around a couple of cars there. There's a 27 of Jonathan Cogswell down to the inside of Scott Fritz out of turn number 4. So you gotta wonder, something happened to that Ford machine we had to pit, because he looks like he's on some fresh tires and he's moving quickly.
Definitely something going on there. Don't know if he tried a different pit strategy to try to work things out and get up through the field. Showing Alex Huffman pitted the on lap 37. Whereas everybody else pitted on lap 25, so there was a little bit of a different strategy or different plan going on there for Alex Huffman. Right now, he is moving through the field very, very quickly, trying to work up there and get his lap back on the freshest tires of the field, and you can see the massive difference between fresh tires versus the old tires.
We look on the screen there. The track temp's at 107 degrees. Air temp at 85. So, Bryce, does that play a huge factor here?
The ambient temperature, the 85 degrees, that doesn't really play a lot. And all it does, if it gets hotter, you'll see, especially when the sun comes back out, you'll see the track temp go up. And I don't know how it is on dirt, but the hotter the track, the slicker it is on pavement. As we got almost contact with the 84 and the 15 of Matt Grenier. And back to my point, the hotter the track, like Monday with the trucks, their track temp was almost 130 degrees all race long. Now we're at, the coolest race was the Xfinity Series, and now we're at 106 for the Cup Series. So track temp actually does make a huge difference in how these vehicles run this track.
I think on dirt, the biggest difference with track temp is literally just your speed. I don't think it changes how the car handles. At least it doesn't feel like it to me. So there's not a massive difference for the way, how loose or tight the cars are. Maybe a little bit, but not near as much as what we see on asphalt. So very, very often. I hate when I load into a server and I'm like, yeah, let's go. This is one of my great tracks. And I'm like, man, I'm loose. I go look at track temperature, and the track temperature is just sky high. It's Mo Abbott running right there in 5th. He got a little loose off turn number 4.
Now look at Elsa to the inside. Grosso battling back on the outside. Oh, Elsa got a little loose there. And a bit of 1 and 2, but down the back straightaway. They'll get lined back up. No harm, no foul. They just keep on the trucking here at Gateway. One caution of the evening, that came from your race leader. That was Ryan Campbell. And that was our first stage as we're closed up on stage number 2.
It's just 3 laps to go here on the stage. Top 5 still Tucker, Barroso, Ellison, Holder. Those drivers, for the most part, have maintained the same positions throughout the entire race. Mo Abbott sitting there, he will round out the top 5. He's 7 spots to the good so far in this race. He's our biggest mover of the race. Not really any big movers, not really any shakers going on right now in the race. Just Mo Abbott moving up 7 spots into 5th. Not a bad run going for him if he can keep it going the way he's running right now, but he's under attack right now from the 30 of Ryan Patty.
And Patty, he's able to, we've seen a couple times him while watching him, that he's able to brake a little bit later into these corners. Him knowing that he has the right brake bias and the right weight on the sides of the brakes to know that he's able to dump the car into those corners and is able to stick.
Well, look at Huffman there. He's up to past the 77. That's Gabriel Elson in second. So he's charged through the field like he's on fire as we're on lap number 50. Steven Tucker is your race leader. Ellison, Barroso, Holder, and Patty, your top 5. As there you see on screen, that's Alex Huffman. And there on pit road is Aaron Smith, the 70 machine.
Aaron Smith going down pit road as the white flag waves on the stage. If he can get back off of pit road before Tucker comes, and does not look as though he's going to. He's been on pit road now in his stall for 1 minute and 20 seconds. He's trying to get some damage repaired on that thing. That is not the way that the driver, the number 70, is wanting his night to go. As the stage comes to an end, your top 10, Tucker, Ellison, Holder, Barroso, Patty, Abbott, Grenier, Farmer, and Newbigging, and Zimmerman. Your top 10 here for stage number 2. Steven Tucker coming home with his second stage win of the night.
He's up there going, shakalaka, I did it.
And one thing too, I want to bring up with the 70 of Aaron Smith. They did, I was kind of hearing it, but kind of not. They were over the radio, him and I believe it was David Farmer. So looks like contact did happen between them two, as they were talking about on the radio. But yeah, like you said, that's really unfortunate with the 70 of Aaron Smith.
And he still continues to remain pit side. Looks as though he's going to be 4 laps down now, if I'm not mistaken. Drivers starting their pit cycles, coming down, top off their fuel, get 4 sets of tires. Steven Tucker been doing what he needs to do tonight. Stayed calm throughout that first stage. The leader of Ryan Campbell takes himself out off turn number 2. He sneaks away with the stage win, comes out here for his second stage of this race and leads from flag to flag. Everything is working out for Steven Tucker right now. All he's got to do is get in and back out of the pits in a hurry.
Well, let's see. They're down pit road. There's Doug now pulling in. Let's see who gets off first.
Doug actually had to back up. It looks as though it is going to be Tucker. Tucker does win the battle off pit road. Ellison second, Barroso third. Very, very close between Ellison and Barroso. If I was Ellison, I almost think I would have laid back and let Barroso have it, as that inside line seems to be the dominant place to restart.
I would agree with you there for except one thing. Track position. As we see in the last 2 races at this track and this one, passing here is very, very difficult to see. So when you relinquish track position, it's kind of hard to pass. And that's one thing I don't agree with, is trying to let people by you, especially on pit road. And you got to fight for that track position any time of the race.
I still think I would have rather went for the inside line. Looks like everybody is off of pit road. Let's see if we can't catch up with our stage winner. Alright, and I have caught up with the driver of the 24 machine. Steve, you managed to sneak it in with the win on the first stage. Then let it flag to flag, come home with the win of the second stage. How you feeling right now?
Oh man, I'm kind of top of the world right now, dude. Yeah, stage 1 was a shame. Campbell spinning at me there. I mean, I was catching him, but both of our tires were pretty beat up, so hard to say who could have won that fight. But yeah, stage 2, I feel pretty confident. Sometimes these races come down to attrition, and it's whoever can survive the longest or keep their car clean the longest. So in a case like this, I mean, we're showing some speed, qualified third, and this is one of those tracks where I'm circling the calendar. Gateway, Phoenix, a couple of those super speedways, right? So we'll see, man. I mean, I feel pretty good. Gabriel behind me is pretty fast, and my teammate Frankie. So we're gonna see. But if I have a good chance anywhere on the calendar to win a race, it's this one right here.
I believe the lights are going out here. Yes, they are. So we're going to go ahead and let you get back at it. Congratulations again on winning Stage 1 and Stage 2. Good luck to you for the final stage of the race.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah. That
All
was
right.
Steven Tucker.
As they're doubled up, so it's Tucker and Ellis in the front row, Patty and Barroso on row number 2. Then you have Holder and Abbott in row number 3. Well, BJ, who was your pick?
Mine?
Yeah.
He's sitting on the outside front row.
Okay. Who was your pick, Bryce?
A 70 of Aaron Smith.
So basically, it's me and BJ in the ball games too.
Yep, pretty much.
All right.
So you're the one to blame when Aaron comes asking.
Yep, pretty much.
Take it away, Steve.
Base car makes that hard left-hand turn. Coming to the Geico restart zone. The field's in the hands of Steve Tucker. Green flag will be waving from Barney. There he goes. And look at the 12 of Frankie Barroso in his hip pocket. Going to that second spot into turn number 1. Now Barroso to the inside of Tucker. Tucker going to power away on the outside. Now here comes Ellison on the outside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. You see Barroso who gets in the line. Look at Patty now pulls to the inside to make a move for that third spot. Ryan Patty to the inside. Barroso goes a little high there, loses a little bit of ground. And there comes Holder to the inside of Barroso. Out of turn number 4. We complete lap number 56 here at Gateway.
Barroso seems to be struggling just a little bit there on the fresh tires. Got a little loose. Tires are still cold. Doesn't have the pressure in them yet. Pushed it a little hard on the inside on that restart. Got a little loose off of turn number 2. He lost a couple spots out of it, but it's all right. The car is still clean. He's still able to continue on. Ellison all over the back bumper of Tucker right now, just praying for Tucker to make a mistake, just waiting on it. Patty, he's up 4 spots, sitting in third right now. He's up behind Ellison as well. Riding on board with Ellison. He's taking a look to the inside of Tucker now. That inside line's been a hard place to run. Ellison's lost positions over trying to make that move earlier in this race. See if he can do it here. Thinks better of it and falls back in line.
As we see right there, the top line is still the line to be in. As we saw, these 24 of Steve Tucker outduel the 77 of Gabriel Ellison right now. The 30 of Ryan Patty is knocking on the door of these two drivers right now. The 30 of Ryan Patty up 4 positions from the start of this race. He hit the wall right there coming out of turn number 4. That's going to slow him down just a tad. And here comes the 31 on the inside at the 30 of Ryan Patty. The 31, and we got contact between the 31 and the 30. Then 31 of Brandon Holder is able to stick it down at the bottom. And it looks like them two are still going to side by side. The leaders, again, are fighting side by side. We got the 77 of Gabriel Ellison fighting on the inside of the 24 of Steve Tucker as they're battling turn number 3.
Into turn number 3, they stay side by side. The outside just a little bit quicker. As they come out of turn number 4, Ellison not giving up as he heads down the front straightaway at the line. Who will it be? Give it to Ellison, leading lap number 59 as he goes into turn number 1. Tucker not giving up as he inches ahead out of turn number 2, but that's where the exits is where Ellison looks to be strongest at.
Yeah, I'd say exit of turn number 4 for the inside for Ellison is really, really working for him. Turn number 2, where we see everybody seems to be a little bit looser. That's where previous leader Ryan Campbell lost. It was off turn number 2. And now Ellison doing all he can. He's got 1 lap led in the books now for him. He's doing everything he can to try to figure out how to get past Tucker. Tucker, all he's got to do is stay smooth, as you've seen. Even when Ellison got to his inside, he stayed smooth, he stayed calm, and he was able to pull it back out. Our top 3 right now still Tucker, Ellison, Patty, and now Holder back up there in 4th, running right behind Patty.
And as you saw right there with the 77 battling the 24 on the inside right there, I'm really curious to see how much tire wear the 77 is going to start experiencing here. Because you know that bottom line is going to be the line that's going to be, yeah, you have to make the passes there, but that's going to be the line that's going to have the most tire wear. You see on screen right now, the 31 of Brandon Holder is looking. He's trying to do a slide job on the 84, excuse me, of David Farmer as he is able to complete that as this top 5 are single fouled out here, Steve.
It's top 5 look like this. Tucker, Ellison, Patty, Holder, and Farmer. Then Broso. He's fouled all the way back to 6th. Then you got Scott Fritz, Mo Abbott, Matt Grenier, Doug Newbigin, Brendan Zimmerman, Jonathan Cogswell, Brian Terry, and Alex Huffman back on the lead lap there in 14th. As they come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Hey, look at that porta potty. You know, I guess if you wanted to wreck and you have to change some underwear, you at least go to the porta potty right there.
Yeah. This is true. This is true. All right, so Brandon Holder currently all over the back bumper of Ryan Patty, doing everything he can for that position. He stuck his nose to the outside several times now. He stuck his nose to the inside a few times. He's got to be wearing out those front tires, especially moving all over this track, trying everything he can to get around Patty. He's definitely quicker than Patty at the moment. You see him now. He's taking a look to the inside of that number 30 machine.
And it's like the 31 is able to make the pass on the inside of the 30 of Ryan Patty. Brandon Holder used Ryan Patty's move right there to late break into the corners and able to slide job in front of the 30 of Ryan Patty.
Well, you look at it. Oh, Holder goes wide, and that allows Patty back looking underneath about a turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway as they're side by side going into turn number 3. Patty to the inside line. There's Holder. Patty pushes up a tad bit out of turn number 4. Let's see what happens. He got a little squirmy, but at the line, give it to Patty for that 3rd spot.
You know, see, I'm trying to figure out when these drivers go into turn 3, because in turn 1, it looks like the person on the outside has the advantage, but going into turn 3, it's really hard to see on which driver on the inside or outside has the advantage, but it looks like that doesn't matter because the 30 and 31 and the 30 have single fouled out with the 84 now on the outside of the 30 of Ryan Patty. The 84 is trying to make gains on the 30 of Ryan Patty. It looks like that's not going to happen as the 30 it starts to pull away from the 84 of David Farmer.
As you look up front, your top 2, Tucker and Ellison, have pulled away from the field. They're running around about exact lap times, it looks like, roundabout. And then you see Holder, Patty, and Farmer, your top 5. Looking a little further back there, you see Doug Newbigin got a little squirrely out of the 2. And then you have Jonathan Cogswell, Brendan Zimmerman. There's Brian Terry in 13th, and Alex Huffman right there in 4th. I guess he's still a lap down, actually.
Let me look really quickly
on my screen, it's like he's 1 lap down.
He is indeed still showing 1 lap down.
But he is the only car on that lap, so if there's a caution that comes out, he will be lucky dog.
As long as he's not involved in it.
That is true. That is very true.
Way to jinx a guy, Bryce.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Still leading the way, though, Steve Tucker in that number 24 machine. He's got right about a 5-car length lead over Ellison. Give it 0.3 of a second gap between those two. He's starting to slowly pull away from Steve Tucker. That last time by just over a tenth quicker than Ellison. Ellison continues to pull away from Holder. These top 2 drivers still the fastest cars on the track at the moment. We're looking a little further back now at, well, as soon as we decide who we're going to watch. Looking a little further back at the 15 and the 7. That is Matt Grenier and Doug Newbigin. Newbigin not having the race that he was looking for, especially after that qualifying run that he had to start in 2nd. He has been struggling ever since the initial drop of the green flag. These drivers right here, that is Abbott, Grenier, Newbigin, Jonathan Cogswell. You can throw a blanket over these 4 right now as we look off the nose of the 7 of Newbigin.
as we see on track, all these drivers are single filed out, trying to battle within each other. As we see right now, the 77 Gabriel Ellison is trying to catch the leader of 24, Steve Tucker. But man, I'm worried about earlier in the stint here. Remember BJ and Steve that he did battle on the inside of Steve Tucker for a while, about 2 or 3 laps, and that takes a lot out of your front right tire.
Well, that's true, and you see Ellison there falling back a tad bit from Tucker. But look at Holder, he's in that 3rd position. Patty, he's known for using those tires up quickly. He's a hard racer.
Yeah, that is for sure. The way he's been diving into the corners very quickly, doing some late braking and getting off the corner, doing a very good job of it, but it does wear the tires and it wears them very quickly. Still working for him at the moment, though, as he continues to ride and forth with no pressure from behind from David Farmer. Farmer having a great run for himself tonight, sitting in the top 5. He is good, 6 spots to the good, currently tied with Ellison for those 6 spots. Those are our 2 biggest movers of the race so far. Farmer under heavy pressure now from Frankie Barossa. Barossa was up in that 3rd and 2nd position earlier in this race. Barossa looking to the inside. He's got to back out of it down in turn 1. Looked like he got a little loose as he started to enter turn 1. That almost got bad for Barossa.
Yeah, as you're starting to see right now, all these drivers are playing with their brake bias. They're trying to figure out what brakes on what side of the car they want to go on. If you go to the positive, you're sending the brakes to the front. If you go negative, you're sending it to the back. And most of the time, your better stopping power is when you send your brake bias to the rear tires. But usually, when you do that, that transfers the weight. When you under braking, your weight transfers to the front of the car, which means if you have your brakes set to majority on the back, you'll get loose on entry because you're taking the weight off those brakes.
So, when are we expecting pit stops?
Yes.
Well, they are still about, do my math here.
Well, because they're on lap number 21 since the last pit stop.
Yeah, they have about 12 to 15 more laps left before they have to come down pit road. We still got a little bit here. They run half tanks here in Bluegrass iRacing Series, but these cars have a little bit bigger tanks, so they are able to run 33 to 38 laps here, and we still have a while yet.
Well, you look at the pass there for 3rd. Ryan Patty takes over that 3rd position from Brandon Holder. Tucker and Ellison still 1 and 2. But meanwhile, only 1 caution's plagued the race tonight. That was Ryan Campbell leading the race out of turn number 4. Got loose and hit that wall. Heavy damage knocked him out of the race. He'll be back next week. But look at Farmer and Fritz battling right now. That is for 6th and 7th on the board as we're on lap number 76 of 134 here at Gateway. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV on YouTube and Facebook, simulcasted live on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube and dirtfan.com and many more other platforms across Facebook. Make sure to hit that like and follow button. You can catch us live every time the Bluegrass Series goes live this season. Well, Bryce, have you liked Ultimate Dirt TV? Have you hit follow?
On YouTube, I subscribed to you Tuesday. I had to watch it because the Bluegrass Facebook stream or YouTube stream went down. But I found you guys after you threw another person, so I followed you guys there. But on the website itself, not really, to be honest with you. But then on YouTube, I have.
So hit that like and follow button that way, and subscribe on YouTube. Share it out to your friends, family, and loved one. I'll be next week. We're at where, Bryce?
Circuit of the Americas.
So, that's going to be interesting. So you need to grab some popcorn, grab some friends, a loved one, make it a date night. I mean, you have all kinds of fun because we're going to be kind of crazy. I can just tell you that.
Yes, we are. It's a long road course, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of technicalities with that course, and these drivers are going to have to practice. There's no excuse for that. It's a very technical and fast course, and it's known to be a Formula One course. So these heavy stock cars are going to be driving on what F1 drivers run on.
Well, you look right now, battle, that is Holder and Farmer. Farmer to the inside. That is for 5th and 6th of the board. Farmer has it momentarily, as now he does clear Brandon Holder for that 5th spot. There is your race leader, Steve Tucker, way out in front on lap number 80 out of 134. Ellison still in that 2nd spot there. Ryan Patty under attack from Frankie Barroso there. Barroso in his hip pocket as they come out turn number 2. I mean, pretty good. Like we said, this will probably be one of the cleanest races we see all season long. And there you see the 30 of Patty coming down pit road. He's one of the first drivers to make the pit stop under green flag conditions, as he will relinquish that 3rd spot there as he heads down the pit road. Let's see here. Slams on those brakes not to get a speeding violation.
Yeah, be very close. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a speeding violation right there. He also did get a warning on the radio for not calling out his pit stops. It is very important. I know in real life people stick their hands out the window or have their spotters tell the other spotters around them that they're coming down pit road. As you see right now, the 2 leaders of the 24 of Steve Tucker and the 77 Gabriel Ellison are coming down the service road to get service here, Steve.
As they're coming down, let's see how they go. A lot better than Patty.
A lot more calm, that is for sure. Currently on pit road now amongst Steven Tucker and Ellison. We've got Fritz and Newbigging. Those drivers have also headed down pit road, relinquishing the lead over to Frankie Barroso. He's been sitting there patiently running, just biding his time right now. He is the race leader. He's got to be coming down soon for tires and fuel himself. At this point in time in the race, we have 52 laps remaining as they cross the line here, finishing lap number 82. So we're still looking at 2 pit stops by my count on that one. They're counting this one here that they're on. Also coming down the road, pit road this time, it's the 84 of David Farmer.
Russo continues to lead down the back straightaway. Now you see Ellison coming on pit road. He's ahead of the 24 Tucker.
I was really curious to see what happened right there.
Well, what happened? He got out quicker.
Some might have on pit road. Some might have overshot their box or something like that. Because when we went in, Steve Tucker was ahead of Gabriel Ellison.
Well, let's make it even more interesting for you. I'm gonna have you go back and look to find out why. Because looking at their pit times, Tucker was faster than Ellison on pit road in the pit stall by 0.07 of a second. So by all rights, Steven Tucker should still have the position over Ellison, but Ellison came out with it.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay right now.
That tells me that Tucker had issues getting to his pit stop quickly, whether he overshot it or something. Not entirely sure. Because you see right there, Ellison way behind in the pit stall, but still able to get out considerably quicker and get rolling.
The only thing that's questioning me right now is Gabriel Ellison might have exited through too many pit stalls. We do have a pit stall limit here in Bluegrass. But if it doesn't go to the black flag, then it's like race control will most likely clear it. But yeah, it was also like too that the leader of the 24 did spin his tires a little bit more, didn't get the traction down coming out the pit road, so he did have a little bit more smoke on his exit. But man, that's a great stop by Gabriel Ellison.
Frankie Barroso still out front. Matt Grenier, Jonathan Cogswell, your top 3. DF Holder and Brian Terry. They have not pitted yet. Gabriel Ellison in that 6th position. There's Ryan Patty and Steve Tucker. Matt Grenier down pit road in the 15 machine.
Grenier from 4th place heading down pit road. Now Barroso Cogswell and Holder still have yet to pit, as well as Brian Terry by the looks of it. Those drivers have still not pitted since lap 52. Now, one thing you got to keep in mind in this one here, I've said it week after week, these drivers that stay out and they wait longer, this is going to hurt them because Ellison, Tucker, and Patty have already unlapped themselves. They're already ahead of Barroso before Barroso even heads down pit road. So this is going to allow them to get around the track. As Barroso calls out his pit stop this time, it's going to allow those drivers to get around the track, get those positions back, and very possibly put Barroso a lap down here if Barroso's not able to get in and out in a very, very timely manner here.
He is going really fast in that service road, so really curious to see if he got any speeding penalties right there. I don't see any smoke behind it. He might have gotten it rode down enough, but man, he was flying around that service road. That's going to get him a lot of time on pit road here.
Look, Brian Terry going down pit road. And here comes Gabriel Ellison. Ellison will take over the lead on lap number 89 out of 134. Tucker right there, and Patty 1, 2, and 3.
Ellison has done everything right to this point to get that lead away. He's 7 spots to the good in this race. He and David Farmer are our 2 biggest movers of the night, both up 7 positions. Mo Abbott joins them now at up 7 positions to the good. Ellison, he worked his way up there. He got the pit stops working in his favor, did a good job getting in, getting out, and ultimately the pit game is what got him up there in the lead as he continues to lead half a second over Tucker. Ryan Patty sits back there in third, right about another second and a half behind Tucker.
That was really close for Ryan Patty right there. He almost clipped that diagonal wall. I think that was Ryan Patty. Yeah, that was really close to ending his night right there.
Well, thankfully it didn't ruin his night. For your top 3, Ellison, Tucker, and Patty. We're on lap number 91 here at Gateway for the Gateway Shootout. There's Scott Fritz currently in 7th. Matt Grenier, he's in 8th. There's Frankie Barroso, Brandon Holder, Jonathan Cogswell, and Brian Terry, your top 12. Alex Huffman still in that 13th position. But your top 3, way out in front from David Farmer. There's Farmer exiting turn number 4. Patty is entering turn number 1.
Patty now sits 1.8 seconds behind Steve Tucker. So nearly 2 seconds behind him. Ellison sits nearly a full second ahead of Tucker. Finally got what he needed, finally pulling away. These drivers are all by themselves out here. All 3, in a sense, have nearly clean air. Tucker, probably the dirtiest air of the 3, is the gap. Not quite as much between him and Ellison. These drivers just walking away with this one right now. At this point in time, it's going to take a big mistake or a caution for anybody else to stand a chance at getting a podium at this point in time.
Here's Ellison way out in front. There's Tucker, and there's Patty. Look a little further back there, you see Holder and Barroso. Barroso in the hip pocket. That's for 9th and 10th on the board. Holder flirting with the outside wall a little bit. But we're only had 1 caution of the night. That came on, I believe, on what, BJ, lap number 32? Or
No, 24 for the because that was the end of the first stage.
let's see here. 24, because they pitted on lap number 25. There you go.
Well,
I'm smart.
look at that nifty little trick there, Steve. Look at you going. Still leading the way. We've got the 77, the red, white, and blue number 77 of Gabriel Ellison leading the way. Steven Tucker sitting there in second. He's led the most laps tonight, but he has relinquished that lead to Ellison over pit stops. Ryan Patty still third. David Farmer still fourth. Mo Abbott still fifth. These drivers, all of them are spread out. Probably the closest of those five would be David Farmer and Mo Abbott. And even there's a gap between those, and Ryan Patty gets very loose off of turn number 4. Turn number 4.
Yeah, it's these drivers are just now clicking off these laps. We are nearing 34 laps to go. Yeah, interesting point here, BJ, is Ryan Patty. He's been aggressive all night long, and with him being aggressive like that, I wonder if he's starting to feel the consequences of that, trying to burn those, get the power down early in the turns to get his exits off, but he might be burning those rear tires off too.
It's very, very possible. We also could be backing him down right now, knowing how much time he has at the end of the race. He could be backing him down right now, running in save mode. It's another thing to think about. When these drivers back off for the corners, it transfers all the way to the front. That's going to make them loose. So with all the weight being transferred to the front of the car, when he goes to get back on the throttle, for a split second there, he's not got any weight on the rear end. It's gonna make it a little wobbly coming off the corner. Looks like Steve Tucker had a nice little slide off turn number 4 there as well.
It's also not to mention that these cars are shifting in these turns too. So not only are they shifting the weight up to the front of the car, they're also downshifting a gear, which means they up the revs, and it spins the tires a little bit quicker too. So that's another wrinkle in the fold here is just the fact that not only do you have to worry about the balance with the car and braking, they also have to worry about what the revs are doing on the motor. We haven't really seen that in the past, especially with the Gen 6 car. And I know in the trucks they always have shifted here, especially in turn 1. But in the Cup cars, I know before on iRacing, before they came out with these Gen 7s, we never shifted in turn 1 and 2 with the Gen 6 car, so we didn't have to worry about that. I think the only time we shifted in anything was on road courses and turns. So, and now on these next gen cars, they shift in every short track and pretty much any turn. So it's a whole different world when they drive these next gen cars.
Maybe that's why I'm always so slow on the short tracks on the next gens. I don't shift.
Yep, you have to shift. The gears are too big.
Well, battle going on right now for fourth between Mo Abbott and David Farmer. David Farmer on the inside of Mo Abbott. The 84 and the 48 side by side down in turn number 1. Give the position to David Farmer for the time being. Abbott still trying to fight back on that outside for that 4th position.
As we see the battle still ongoing for that 4th and 5th position, as the 84 takes the dive into turn 3 and 4, it's able to make a stick right there, but the momentum will be on the 48 on the outside of Mo Abbott. As they come on the front stretch right now, is going to be advantage to Mo Abbott.
Mo Abbott in that 4th position. Farmer not giving up. He's tried everything he has. But look, out of the turn 2 there. Give it to Farmer. Farmer now 4th as Mo has fallen back to 5th.
One thing I saw there, Steve and BJ, is when David Farmer went into turn number 1, he made the 48 get out of the outside line there, get into that rough marbles, and 48 is able to lose, had to check up, and allowed the 84 to pull away.
Definitely.
It's a very interesting tactic right there.
Yes, it is. There's Doug Dubig, and had a mistake at the very beginning of the race. He's in 6th right now. And there is Matt Grenier in the 7th position. Scott Fritz in 8th. There's Brandon Holder in 9th. And Frankie Baruso in 10th. As we're on lap 103. We got 31 laps to go here at Gateway. Is there one more pit stop, you'll say?
I would say yes, but as we've seen in the trucks and the Xfinity series, we don't exactly know how well these cars are going to start saving. So some of them might, some of them won't. But more than likely, I'll make my bet on the fact that they have to pit at least one more time. Well, that changed everything. Caution's on the speedway.
Woo, woo. Who let the dogs out the second time tonight? Doug Newbegin bringing out that caution. Let's take a look. Oh, he got loose off of 2. Oh, no, the same thing.
Exact thing.
Hey, there's a porta potty. Need to change your underwear.
Our top 2 starters, both identical wrecks between those 2. That's not something you see every day.
Not a.
That's true. That is true. As you look
New bigging. Go ahead.
I would say the leaders are coming down pit road.
Yes.
I would expect them to get 4 fresh tires and fuel up on fuel. They should, from this point forward, they should be able to make it with some saving involved, if I did my math right. But then again, I'm stupid. So if you if you do the right saving here, you fill it up all the way to the max, I believe you can make it to the end of this race. You've seen it done before with Sturgill at Auto Club. People can save even if they come through the line, putting like Sturgill did and Gary did. Gary didn't win the race. We have seen it happen before, and I'm putting money on it that it will happen again tonight.
So Ellison will retain the lead off pit road. Ryan Patty takes over that second position coming off pit road. Patty's been very fast, very aggressive all night long. This could be dangerous for Ellison with Patty being behind him. If he runs this as aggressively as he did before, there's a good chance of Patty getting that clean air that's been helping the leaders out here all night long. Steven Tucker, he'll restart in third on this one. But, going back, talking about that caution, New Bigging started on the outside front row. Identical caution to our pole starter. His night just is going from bad to worse. He fell all the way back really quickly in this race, and now he's looking to be out of the race at this point.
Very, very fortunate for Doug. He's been strong all season, and fortunately hit the wall pretty much head on right there. And we'll see you next week.
Oh, it looks like he's still taking repairs. He might come back out.
That's true. I mean, Ryan Campbell did the same thing as we said that. See you next week too. So,
see. Sounds as though Ellison is going to choose the outside on this restart. That is going to shake things up quite a bit. Not something we've seen anybody do here all night. Really interested to see how this one's going to play out for Ellison to take the outside.
absolutely, but also it opens the door for Ryan Petty to do what he's been doing all race long, is to dive bomb into these corners even on the outside car. So that really opens the door for the 30 of Ryan Petty. But I'm also curious to see if he's going to try it on these ice cold tires.
Why not? Go for it. Go big or go home.
Right? If it was green white checkered, I would expect him to try it, but he's still lap 106. Might be a little early, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
but it's the.
It's
Go
early.
ahead, Steve.
It's early.
Even though we're getting toward the end of the race, it's still a little bit early to try those moves like that, I believe.
That's true.
But one thing, too, is it's the first time all night that I believe that the leader has chosen the outside lane. So really curious to see if that's going to be the and obviously he's going to get a good jump because this new restart rules, leader will have the advantage. But going into turn one, and Ryan Petty does what he does best, is that top groove on a restart going to pay dividends.
Well, BJ, bring us back to the green.
Alrighty, side by side, turns 3 and 4. Pace car's going to be diving off here momentarily. waiting to see what Ellison is going to do and how this is going to work. Patty two's inside. First time he's been in striking distance of the lead. See the Geico restart zone right there on the inside, while Ellison, excellent start. Man, what a run off of the start there. He's out to a 3-car length lead right off the bat. Draft not really being a factor here, so that's not going to be a major deal having that great lead off the start like that, like we would see, such as Atlanta, Daytona, Talladega tracks where the draft is a big factor. Ellison doing everything he needs to do right now. Patty sitting in second.
As we see on screen now, the battle is for third place between Steve Tucker and David Farmer. It's like Steve Tucker's going to get the advantage going down the front stretch. As we see now, Ryan Patty's closing the gap on the leader of Gabriel Ellison as they battle. It's like Ryan Patty misses the corner, hits the wall really hard on that right front. Is he going to lose an awful lot of positions right here? He's going to lose one, at least one, maybe two. Ryan Patty, that's an unfortunate mistake by him. As we said all night, he's been trying to dive into those corners really hard. It's like he tried to bite off more than he can chew right there. As you see on screen now, he is trying to get the momentum back under him as he's trying to battle David Farmer going in the front stretch.
As you look right there, Patty. Oh, give it a little get front bumper there. Woo.
I think he's driving angry now.
That was more of a get out of my weight type bump. That was more of a Dale Earnhardt to Terry Labonte type deal.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
You didn't think I'm gonna watch my NASCAR history, huh? 24, bud.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were younger than that. All right, I'll let you have it. Steven Tucker takes over that second position due to the contact of the wall from Ryan Patty. Tucker now trying to track down Ellison. Ellison has had the speed all night long, and he's got the clean air now. Everything's in his favor. Tucker with the uphill battle. He's got to try to gain ground on him. Last time by, he was quicker by 0.3 of a second. Right now on screen, you're looking at third, fourth, and fifth. That is Patty, Farmer, and Mo Abbott. Mo Abbott having a good race here tonight, up 7 spots, trying to make it 8.
One thing too, the 24 Steve Tucker just set the fastest lap of the race, so he is still on the prowl to get that leader.
Caution on the racetrack.
Well, that changes things.
Alex Huffman.
Oh no. Well, that's Ryan going wide. Let's see here.
As we search for the replay, Alex Huffman, his night continues to go from bad to worse. All of our top drivers in points, with the exception of Ellison, really struggling here tonight.
Definitely. Definitely, that is for sure. Whew.
Not sure.
Looks like he. Oh, so the 4 was exiting pit road and got loose in the grass, and iRacing through the caution on the service road. That's an interesting call with the iRacing servers right there. Don't know if I would really call that a caution, but I mean I've seen worse. That Kevin Harvick happened to him at Kansas this last race and earlier in the season. So I mean I've seen it happen.
Very rare though, very very odd.
Yeah. And I do want to preface this too that all cautions, minus a few exceptions, will be thrown by iRacing. Admins don't throw their own cautions unless on road courses where, say at Watkins Glen up the S's, if that gets clogged up, then they will throw the caution. But otherwise, iRacing handles all the cautions here.
So sitting right now, our top 5 is going to be Ellison, Tucker, Patty, Farmer, Abbott. Sitting in the top 5. A little bit of change up now due to this caution. Patty was sitting in second, got heavy contact into the wall that dropped him back into fifth, fought his way back in, or dropped him back to fourth rather, fought his way back into third. Now the caution flag waves. Ellison's going to choose the outside again, it sounds like. So that's going to put Ryan Patty behind Steve Tucker on the inside for this restart. The car that's going to have the best advantage on this restart, aside from Ellison, now shifts back to David Farmer in that fourth position.
And I'm really scratching my head on how we didn't have at least some people coming down pit road just to get fuel only to make sure they can make it into this race. But another part of me is going, okay, at least they know now with these caution laps they can make it on fuel. So now it's just a head game when these drivers are playing with each other. They're trying to check people out coming down pit road, and they're trying to see if they can finish this race without having another pit stop. I'm also really curious to see how that damage when Ryan Patty hit that wall, he hit it a ton. So I'm really curious to see if that damage is going to hurt him in the end.
Definitely a very good question. The right front damage, I've seen it time and time again. When you get right front damage, it makes that right front tire wear down that much quicker. It's almost like you get a burst of grip for a while on tracks like this, but then all of a sudden your tire is just gone that much quicker.
Absolutely, and you won't have much straight line speed too, because these cars are so air dependent that as soon as you get any crinkle in these bodies, they're going to slow way down. Even though this is still considered a quote unquote short track, it's a 1.25 mile. It races like a short track with really, really long straights. So in the corners, he should be fine. In the straights, he's going to feel it.
Well, lights are out on the pace car. They're side by side. Ellison on the outside of the front rows, where he has chosen to go once again. Work for him once, see if it works for him again. Tucker to his inside. Second row is going to be Patty on the inside. Farmer to the outside. Third row is going to be Grenier on the outside and Abbott on the inside, I believe. Yes, it is.
I believe I can fly.
I was having a brain fart for a second there. Don't remember which one was in fifth. The pace car is off. Ellison leading him back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and they're away. Ellison off to another great start.
BJ.
Patty falls way back on that restart.
Yeah, Patty just got re-going, and caution's out.
Take a look here at our instant replay, see just what happened. I thought there was a yellow card missing out of that. Just looks like he just got on the gas too hard, too quickly, and just lost it. Ooh. Contact between a 30 and a 31.
The 7. Ooh. Was that the 4? That's the 4.
No, that is. I think that is the 7. There's the 4 coming now, so that is the 7 there.
Okay.
New Biggin involved once again. Man, his night continuing to not go his way. Ryan Patty, from such a good run that he's been having, he's not going to be mired back to the back. Unfortunate for him. It happens a lot. Drivers just get on the throttle too hard, too quickly on these restarts, and it just goes away from them.
Looks like I'm trying to look at his POV here. It looks like his rear tires got lifted off the ground, so I'm trying to see if he got bumped.
Well, I know the caution was called for Ryan Patty getting loose.
Oh, yep, he totally just gunned it too hard. Yep. It's like I've seen that happen where these drivers, they'll have points where, like at Daytona and Talladega, you'll see that sometimes where these drivers they will, they'll get going and then they'll get hit so hard in the back on these restarts where they'll start squirming around as they're getting hit and when they're back under power. So I've seen it happen where they spun out on their own. Getting hit from behind on restarts, so I was just curious to see if that was the case here.
Very good possibility. Sounds as though Ellison come across the mic. He's going to be choosing the outside once again. It's been working for him so far. Why not do it again?
'Cause I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
Don't you, BJ? Don't you believe you can fly?
Sure. For about, depending on how high in the air I am when I start, for a couple of seconds, and then it all splats.
I can fly for as long as I'm in the air before I hit the bottom.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you, Bryce, get up? No, y'all have tall buildings where you're at, right?
Yeah.
Get on top of one, jump off, and see how far you can fly.
Oh, man. I'm not going to be the other guys. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I'm not aiming for no bushes.
Oh.
Samuel Jackson and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
14 laps to go here at Gateway. Go back green, it'll be 13. Will it be Ellison, Farmer, or will Tucker? Only time will tell. Tucker won both stages.
The 15 of Matt Grenier has slowly and quietly worked his way back up, too.
That's true.
So I wouldn't count him out either.
So next
Matt Grenier,
week.
Yes, next week.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I'll try to jump ahead.
So, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Matt Grenier is actually a past champion of Bluegrass. He won, I believe, season 2, so he knows what he's doing in this Cup Series.
Ah.
Well.
A little fun fact for you.
Well, the pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. Ellison in control of the field at the Geico restart zone now. Let's see. He fires. We're off with 13 laps to go. Barney's waving that flag. Not as intense tonight as he has earlier this week.
He probably wore out, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, he's been yanking that thing all over the place.
It has.
Yeah,
I mean, it
you
must
stole
be
my
tired.
joke.
I win. The old field already single file out here. 13 laps to go. Ellison, Farmer, Grenier, Tucker, Mo Abbott, your top 5. Abbott looking for more on the inside of Tucker now.
Man, it looks like when Steve Tucker got in dirty air, he is starting to struggle a little bit. We saw him out front earlier with clean air. He's able to really gap himself between him and second place. But ever since he got into dirty air after that Green Flag pit stops, he has not been as strong.
As you look to come out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Your top 3 single file. Then you got Steve Tucker under attack from Mo Abbott. Abbott looking to the inside to go in turn number 3. He thought better of it. He'll fall in line. But look at the 27, Jonathan Cogswell on the inside of Frankie Barroso out of turn number 4. Barroso battles back on the high side. That's a battle for 6th and 7th. Barroso has it at the line as they go into turn number 1. Look at Fritz now, goes to the outside. He can't complete anything there. Fritz is hanging on tight, hoping for the race to end as we have 11 laps to go for Gabriel Ellison in that 77 machine. David Farmer in second there, and Matt Grenier in third. As they come out turn number 4, we complete lap number 11. 10 laps to go. It's your buck here. 10 laps to go here.
So what are you saying about next week, Steve?
The race is only what, 2 laps?
I don't know how much laps the race in that Coda. I think it's under 30, but
I believe it is 30.
30. Yep.
Coda for the Cup, we have 34 laps. For the trucks, we have 25. For Xfinity, we have 30.
So maybe I won't jump off the bridge. Who knows?
I can tell you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, BJ.
You're good. I was going to say, still leading the way. 9 laps to go. Gabriel Ellison. He's under heavy pressure from David Farmer. Farmer's been fairly quiet all night. He's been up there within striking distance in the top 5 the majority of the night. Now he's putting heavy pressure on Ellison for that race lead with just a few laps remaining here in the race. May have just been sitting back and doing what he needed to do, saving his tires so he can have him here at the end of the race. Oh, Ryan Patty once again going around on the front straightaway. Oh, he almost had it saved and lost it again. Oh.
The 12.
That was.
The 12 of Frankie Barroso gets an outside wall.
I don't know if that was Ryan Patty's fault unless he forced the 12 up into the wall.
Definitely a really good question.
Because the 30 was charged with the caution.
Well, let's look at it a little bit differently here. There's the 30, Brian Patty. We're on board with him. Ryan Patty. We're on board with him. There you see Barroso. The car going up there. I don't know.
The driver of the 12 machine, it sounds like Frankie Barroso, I believe that was his voice I just heard come over the comms, actually is claiming that one for Ryan Patty. Ryan Patty received the penalty for that caution and was black flagged. Sounded as though Frankie Barroso just now claimed that caution off the back of Ryan Patty. They have made the decision to clear Ryan Patty's black flag, allow him to continue on, and Frankie Barroso has received the EOL.
That's a good job on everyone trying to and able to communicate with race control right there. I agree with what's going on.
Right there, I mean, let's rewind it a tad bit. This is a different view. Looks a little different from this point of view. No contact, not in the bumper, not near it. There you see Frankie Barroso already pushing up. Now Barroso hits the wall, comes down a tad bit. Excuse me. Comes down a tad bit, and that's when Ryan Patty gets in the back of him.
It's a good call on race control to continue to do the respectful thing and listen to the calls from the drivers there, and the drivers claim it. He went back and looked at it once that statement was made, found it to be true. Good job by everybody showing respect to each other. Good job by Barroso doing the right thing there, respectable thing, and miking up and claiming that one there. It's not something you see every day around the community, so really awesome to see that going on there.
And that's just what Bluegrass is all about right there. Honestly, all these drivers in all 3 series, even on the dirt side, most of the time I say we because I race in it. We will always claim our own cautions. 95% of the time, the person who they know who's at fault. And a lot of times, some people out there don't want to say it, but a lot of the times, us drivers will claim, we'll go in there and say, "Hey, that's my fault," and that's just how Bluegrass is.
Well, that is awesome, and it's something extremely respectful, and it's great to see it. And you know, it's awesome to hear when people claim their cautions on dirt, but I will give the benefit of the doubt. A lot of times it is very hard on dirt to know if you are the cause of the caution, because the way that the cars drive, the way you throw them into the corners, a lot of times it's just really close racing. You don't know who came down, who went up. You don't know exactly how it happened or how the caution managed to come out. You just know that it did, and you were a part of it. And it makes it hard, but it's always respectable and always nice when the drivers do claim the caution. When the drivers say, "Hey, that's on me. That was my fault. I did this. I didn't mean to. I didn't realize he was that close to me." Yada yada, so on and so forth. So it's definitely something good to see. Well, it looks like the lights are out on the pace car. Gabriel Ellison's going to choose the outside once again. 4 laps to go, 3 to go, and we come back to the green. Can Ellis continue to hold off Farmer here?
I believe he can. He's been strong on restarts all night long. The 84 has been strong when the run gets going. We saw before that caution came out, the 84 was starting to catch the leader of Gabriel Ellison right there. But I'm not counting out the 3rd place and 4th place of Steve Tucker and Matt Grenier. They are slowly waiting in the wings just for a mistake. We can either contact or one misses the corner or what, but they'll be right there along with them.
Well,
this race is not over yet.
It's not, but when we go back, it'll be 3 laps to go. Does that 24 have anything left for Gabriel Ellison? He won both of the stages here tonight. That's Steve Tucker.
He's on the bumper.
He's on the bumper on the Geico restart zone. We're back to racing. Look at him. He gets a good start. Steve Tucker does. On the outside line, Ellison leads him into turn number 1. Ellison, Tucker, and Farmer, 1, 2, and 3. Then you look. There is Matt Grenier and Mo Abbott and Jonathan Cogswell as they come down into turn number 3.
So, you know, the 84 got into the 27 of Steve Tucker right there in the middle of turn 3 and 4. As we see the leaders now single filed out, we got one car down low. So he got loose on the exit turn 4. As we got 2 to go, battling in turn number 1.
Single filing it out, fighting for those positions, trying to get everything that they can. Ellison still continuing to lead the way here. Going down into turn number 3 now. Tucker sitting back into second. Farmer all over his back bumper. Farmer wants that position. Is he going to give him the bump and run here off turn number 4? He is right up on the back bumper of that number 24 machine.
The final lap, here it is. Ellison out front. Tucker and Farmer. Oh, Tucker got sideways there, going into 1. Look at David Farmer now to the inside of Tucker. Tucker loose on exit 2. He loses second. He's going to lose third because there goes Matt around him. And look, there's Mo Abbott the 4th. Oh, right now into turn number 3. The final time around in turn number 3. Exiting turn number 4. Picking up the win here at Gateway. It's Gabriel Ellison in that 77 machine. David Farmer comes on second. Matt Grenier third. Mo Abbott and Jonathan Cogswell, your top 5.
Ellison picks up his first win of the season for that number 77. And wait, does that make me 3 for 3 this week?
Does it?
I think so. Who won last night?
I don't know.
Matt Grenier.
Matt Grenier.
No, Matt Grenier. Brandon Robertson.
No, I did not pick last night's winner. Okay, so I went 2 for 3 this week.
That's not bad.
I'll take it.
We need to have like a points deal and we figure out who's winning and who's losing for us.
I said this 2 weeks ago.
I know.
I'd be winning right now. I'm just saying, I've got 3.
Well, your results look like this. Gabriel Ellison, David Farmer, Matt Grenier, Mo Abbott, Jonathan Cogswell, your top 5. Then Steve Tucker comes home in 6th. 7th is Ryan Patty. 8th is Scott Fritz. 9th is Frankie Barroso. Alex Huffman comes home 10th. Brian Terry 11th. 12th is Brandon Holder. 13th, Doug Newbegin. Ryan Campbell in 14th. 15th is Brandon Zimmerman. And Aaron Smith rounds out the field in 16th position tonight. We're going to fix and go to post-race interviews here momentarily.
And we did get the final lap is under review for the contact within turn number 1. So Bluegrass does have a rule where if a contact has happened and altered the end of the race, penalties can and will be pushed onto those said drivers. So really curious to see what race control is going to say here. I don't know if he's going to do it in the session or post, but pay attention to our Facebook page, our social medias, and the announcement should be made on what happened here this evening if he doesn't do it in the session.
Gabriel Ellison picking up the win. What a night for them. We're waiting for them for their post-race interviews. You've been watching Ultimate Dirt TV. We're just slowly waiting for them. They'll trickle in slowly.
And I just took a look back as to what they were looking at. I would say they are probably reviewing that right now as to whether or not those results will stand and David Farmer will continue to hold that second position. Definitely going to be some controversy involved in this one here. Looks as though David Farmer has made his way to the staging area, though.
I think it's kind of hard to hear. To have my volume turned down so I can hear you two. But it did sound like the race control did say all it was the 84 got the 24 loose, but the 24 was not wrecking loose, so the field is staying as is. So it goes winner of the 77 to Gabriel Ellison, second place 84 David Farmer, and third place 15 of Matt Grenier.
All right, well, I caught up with your third place finisher tonight, Matt. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. How are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Well, exciting final lap there. Did you think you was going to have a podium finish tonight?
I thought it was going to be close. I really wanted to see it go green because we were looking pretty good after that, right before that last caution when it came out. I didn't know if I was going to get back to it just because I was going to be starting on the inside and the outside was key coming out of 1 and 2 there. So, sometimes you get lucky and I'll take it.
Definitely. So the race, we only had 3 cautions?
Somewhere around
Yeah,
there,
around about 3 cautions. I mean, it was pretty much racing the majority of the race. Tell us how that plays a set. I mean, do you like that because you're in a rhythm, or do you like it when everybody's bunched back up?
I personally like long green flag runs. I feel like I excel on the back end of runs, so I want to see it go green as much as possible. When we had the I think the last pit stop after the stage 2 caution, I stayed out a little bit longer than everyone else, and I fell a little bit behind, but I was making up a ton of time on the back end, and the caution came out, I don't know, 105 maybe, and I was hoping for another 5 or 10 laps because I was coming. But those things happen, and kind of reset and get back into the rhythm and hit the marks. That's the biggest thing here, was definitely hitting the marks in 1 and 2 and making sure you didn't slide the tires up off of 2.
Well, go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you tonight.
Yeah, I just got to thank Main Dump Runners, sponsor my car, here all your trash removal needs and clean you up real good. Got to thank my teammate and Alex Healy for strategy tonight. We worked really well together. And then got to thank my parents for watching it each and every week, as always. My fiance for allowing me to do this. Without her, it's not possible. And then Jason for all the hard work he does putting this league on. Then you guys for an awesome broadcast.
All right, Matt. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. Well, that's Matt Grenier picking up your third place finish tonight. BJ, you caught up with your second place finisher. of David Farmer.
That's right. I have caught up with David Farmer, driver of the number 88 machine. David,
88.
bit of a
88. What race are you
84.
watching?
84. I'm dyslexic, okay? The 84 machine. David, man, what a finish there. What a move to take that second spot away.
Yeah, I mean, some will call it racing move. I call it, I didn't mean to get into him. I mean, I'm gonna go back and look at the replay. I felt like he got on the brakes a little early there, but either way, I got into him. I tried to give it back to him, and I think he just got tight off exit of 2 there, and I just, with everybody coming behind me, I couldn't wait any longer, so I had to go on around. But Steve was a strong racer, and it was fun racing with him all night. I hate that what happened, but hopefully we can have some words later, and we can let bygones be bygones.
Well, you brought that number 84 machine 9 spots to the good. You were the biggest mover in this race to get up there to that second position. What was it like coming through the field to get up there?
Well, the first and second stage were just terrible for me. I would start out somewhat fast, and then my tires just fell off so quick. And finally found some speed and some brake bias changes, and was able to start moving forward. But overall, it felt great finally to find the speed. But there at the beginning, it was a big struggle, to say the least.
Well, the end of the race, it worked out for you. You managed to get up there. Go ahead and thank your sponsors. Shout outs to everybody helped you get up there and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, definitely want to say thanks to everyone for coming out. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Thank Jason and the crew, the admins, for getting it going. This is always a fun race every week. Secondly, I'd like to thank my spotter. I do the same for him, and he does the same for me, Alex Healy. He's always giving me good spots and working on strategy as we go. And this year's been a different year. Normally, last year I didn't really have a teammate or anything, but Matt Grenier and I decided to kind of team up this year and work together and see what we can do. And so far, it's working out for us. We had a little mishap the first race of the year, but outside of that, we both had decent finishes week to week. So, but I want to thank Matt as well for helping me out there, and it's great to have another person's perspective that's on the track along with your spotter. The spotters give me calculations and things like that for fuel, but yeah, that was a fun one, man. I really enjoyed that race. I love this track. I wish that there hadn't been that last caution, because I think I had something for Gabriel, but cautions breed cautions, I guess.
Absolutely do. Well, congratulations again on your second place finish.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Well, that was David Farmer, and I believe Bryce is caught up with the race winner.
I have here in the booth the winner, Gabriel Ellison. Can you hear us?
I got you.
All right. Congratulations on your win tonight. Man, that pit road on the green flag pit stops there. Walk me through what happened.
Yeah, I feel like that was a big deciding factor there, because, track position was everything. It was super difficult to pass. Especially on the bottom, your attitude is just so loose down there. So I mean, I knew that was going to be super important to be fast on and off pit road, and I was very aggressive into the box and out of the box, and it worked out. So, sometimes you got to take risks like that, and it paid off in this scenario. So, obviously you could do that next time and get speeding, but I think it was worth the risk here.
Absolutely. I was also watching in this race here. When you saw that contact in your rearview mirror between David Farmer and your rival of the night, Steve Tucker, what was going through your mind right there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was happy that it's going to slow them down, but at the same time, I hated to see Steve get that happened to him. I'm not sure who was at fault, but Steve ran really good all night, and he ran a good, clean race. So it was unfortunate for him to lose that on the podium like that. But obviously, anytime you see second and third wrecking in your mirror, that's nothing but good.
Absolutely. So one final question here for you. So the setup tonight, was it majorly tight tonight, or did you end up finding a way to loosen the car up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of odd. It was very, a single car running the racing line. It was pretty tight, but then it wanted to snap on the exit. It would get really tight if you tried to pass on the bottom, and then on the exit of 2, I don't know if where the track is kind of where it's flattening out the transition, but it would just snap on you, and that's what made it so hard to pass. Really, the only way to pass was getting the run down the back and getting the inside of 3. You could really do it there, but in 3 and 4. So that was kind of what I figured out. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of that's kind of how the next gen car is. It'll be really really tight and it just snaps loose on you.
Absolutely. Well, lad, I got one more question for you. So next week we are going to our first road course race of the season at Circuit of the Americas. What you thinking?
I can't say I'm looking forward to it too much. That track is difficult to say the least. I feel pretty good about road courses. I don't think I'm going to win the race, but I can. Granted, I don't make many mistakes. I could shoot for a podium. I do think, but maybe I can win it. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope to talk to you next week, but go ahead and thank those final sponsors first. Make this all possible for you.
Yeah, appreciate it. A huge shout to Shady Designs, beautiful paint scheme here. Huge thanks to Lucky Duck's partner, Roasted Gems Coffee, best coffee on the market. And also big thanks to RS Button Boxes. And then thanks to you guys at Bluegrass and on the broadcast.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your winner, the 77 of Gabriel Ellison.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we had a good week of racing here at Gateway. Bryce, Will, awesome action. Tonight, it was about the quantity, it's about the quality of racing. We had good quality racing here tonight with the 16 drivers.
For sure, definitely did. I mean, it was clean, it was quick. The drivers, they were patient, smart racing all the way around. Great night of racing.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone was respectful to each other until it came down to that final lap. When it comes down to less than 3 to go, it's time to go. You have all your friends. It's mano at that point. So, yeah, it was a great night of racing, great week of racing. Look forward to see how these drivers handle Circuit of the Americas next week.
Definitely. Well, I'm Steve McMillan with Bryce Hunter and Will Duvall. We're going to sign off. Until next week, God bless. Be safe, and good night, everyone.